All right, this is graphing quadratic functions in vertex form. Okay, the vertex form is given to you usually as y equals a x minus h squared plus k. Okay, notice how there's a minus here. That tells you that whatever you see as an h is going to be different. Okay, in other words, okay, let's start with the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. Okay, axis of symmetry is always going to be x equals h. Okay, so cut this out, right? Cut out the equation here and then put it right on top of the equation that's given to us. You see that the h is 2. Okay, it says minus h, so it's always going to be opposite of what you see. So it's going to be x equals negative 2 instead of positive 2. That is your axis of symmetry. Don't forget the x equals, okay? Because if you just give me negative 2, I cannot graph that, okay? So I'm going to graph the line. It's always going to be the vertical line here on negative 2. Okay, this is not the actual graph, so I'm just going to make this dashed line or dotted line, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that is your axis of symmetry, and that gives us a little bit of hint for our vertex. Okay, vertex is a point that's in the middle of your U. Okay, so is the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is the folding line, right? If you fold the graph with that line, then your U shape will be right on top of each other. Vertex, x is given already. X is negative 2. So again, xy is going to be your hk, and that's going to give me negative 2, comma, I see the plus 4 there, so that is going to be your vertex. So negative 2, comma 4 is all the way up here, and that is going to be your vertex. Okay, again, this whole unit is about U-shapes. The whole unit is going to be a parabola. So it's either going to be this way or that way, right? Okay, just keep that in mind. And your vertex should be here or here, right? Just keep that in mind when you're doing this, okay? So to graph this, I'm going to make a chart, XY chart here. Okay, I have to choose a side. I'm going to either choose the left side of the axis of symmetry or the right side, okay? I'm going to choose the right side because at right side, starting from negative 2, you count up, right? Negative 1, 0, 1, right? If you choose the left side, you're going to be working with negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Negative 1, 0, 1 is easier to work with, knowing that I have to plug it back in there to solve, okay? So I'm going to start with negative 1, and the next one's going to be 0, and the next one's going to be 1. Okay, to solve for y, we have to plug it back in there. So we have negative 1/2. Negative 1 plus 2 squared plus 4. So then I have negative 1/2. Okay, and then inside the parentheses, I'm going to have 1 squared plus 4. So that gives me negative 1 times 1. That gives me negative 1/2 plus 4. Okay, it's like a $4, take away half a dollar, 50 cents. That's going to give me $3.50. So 3.5, or you can write it as 3 1/2. Okay, so then that's going to be your first order pair. Negative 1, 3 1/2, or 3.5, whatever you like. Okay, so then the next one. Okay, 0. Negative 1/2. 0 plus 2 squared plus 4. Again, parentheses first. Okay, 1/2. 2 squared plus 4. Square it. So you have 1/2 times 4 plus 4. Okay, half of 4 gives you negative 2. Okay, because positive times negative 2. Negative 1/2 gives you negative 2 plus 4. That's going to give me 2. So your second order pair should be 0, 2. Then your next one. Okay, this looks like, okay, let me rewrite this. So 1, okay? So negative 1/2, 1 plus 2, squared plus 4, 1/2, okay? 3 squared plus 4, that's going to be 1/2, okay? Negative 1/2 times 9 plus 4. Half of 9 gives you negative 4.5 plus 4, or 4 and 1/2, whatever you like. Negative 4.5 plus 4 gives me negative 0.5, or negative 1/2. So your next order pair should be 1 comma negative 0.5. Okay, so I'm going to graph them. Okay, the first one is negative 1, 3 and 1/2, so that should be all the way up here, and I'm going to reflect it right here. The next one should be 0, 2, and I'm going to reflect it right here. The next one is negative 0.5, so that should be under the x-axis. Okay. Okay, you can kind of see your U-shape. If you do not see your U-shape, then you did something wrong, right? So make sure you're getting the U-shape here. Okay, let's see if it's gonna give us, there you go. Okay, and that's it.